Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hillsboro Stadium in Hillsboro, Oregon. This is the OSAA U.S. Bank Les Schwab Tires 6A state championship match between the Thurston Colts and the Clackamas Cavaliers. It is an absolutely miserable day for a soccer match. Windy, cold, rainy, and weather may become a factor as down on the field it is very blustery here at Hillsboro Stadium, though, of course, with the artificial turf, the surface has played very well throughout this soggy Saturday afternoon and morning in our earlier matches today. Let's meet the teams. For the Thurston Colts, they come in with a record of 16-0-1, just the one tie, their lone blemish on the season, a tie 1-1 against Lincoln. The starters for Thurston in goal is Lindsay Mabnori, a junior. Also in the starting lineup, offensive force, Caitlin Jobanek, number 2. Number 3 is Tony Malone. Number 5, Aaliyah Gallup. 6, Ashley Schultz. Number 9 is Kenzie Weston. Number 12 is Cassie Larson. 13, Anna Goodry. Number 18, Marissa Braun. Number 23, Dallas Malone, and number 24, Sarah Johnson. Your starting lineup for the Thurston Colts, the number 1 team out of the Southwest Conference. For the Clackamas Cavaliers in all white, in goal, it is a sophomore, J.D. Halen, wearing 00. Number 1 is Erica Shaw, a defenseman, a sophomore. Number 3, Riley Mitchell, another sophomore in the starting lineup on the back line. Number 6 is Claudia Flores, a midfielder. Holly Hunt, number 12, also in the starting lineup in the midfield. Number 13, Sammy Halen. 14, Samantha Moultrie. Number 15, Sarah Jones. Number 18, Caitlin Reiner. 19 is Cassie Halen. And number 20, Tori Roberts. The starting lineup for the Clackamas Cavaliers, and head coach Amy Mansour, now in her 8th season guiding the Cavalier program. Thurston in all black, and the Clackamas Cavaliers in all white, just underway here in the 6A state championship match. Each team looking for its first state title. A year ago, Thurston was eliminated in the quarterfinal round. Clackamas made it to the second round. Here is a push forward from Clackamas, and Thurston's Mabnori able to corral it in the goal box. And a foul on the play, a push from behind on Schultz. And it will be a free kick for Clackamas. Clackamas comes in 11-4-2, the second place team out of the Three Rivers League. And set to send it back into play, Riley Mitchell. She'll play it into the 18-yard box. And now a high ball and a nice athletic save by Mabnori. Couple of tough balls for the junior goalkeeper to handle early on and get her into the match, and she slips down as she sends the ball forward. Some contact and another foul against Thurston. Physical play from the Colts early on. Our officials today for the 6A championship match. The referee is Jerry Gompers out of the Portland Association. The first assistant is Gibby Reynolds from the Mid-Valley. The second assistant is Bobby Wood out of Salem, and the fourth official handling substitutions is Billy Baldwin, also out of Portland. Now Thurston try to send it into its attacking half. Thurston is defense first. Colts led all of 6A with just 4 goals allowed in the regular season, and 2 of those came in their opener against South Salem, a 6-2 win for the Colts. They also gave up goals in the regular season to Grant and in that tie to Lincoln. They did allow 2 goals to perennial powerhouse Jesuit in the quarterfinal. But it's all about defense. A great experienced back line for Thurston, led by University of Oregon recruit Ashley Schultz, number 6. And Schultz is in the middle of that backfield and will handle this ball. Headed out of bounds on the far touchline. Thurston with the throw in. In the playoffs, Clackamas beat South Salem in the opening round 4-0, then dispatched West Lynn 5-2. They edged Sunset 1-0 and beat Lake Ridge in the semis 3-2. And so far the Cavaliers have been able to force the action a bit offensively with a couple of shots on goal. Played back in the middle, and they'll reverse direction. Nearly turned over, and now the Colts are able to clear it and send it forward. Gallup giving chase, and the ball touched out by Clackamas, and Thurston will have a throw in and a chance to set up its offense. Marissa Braun trying to find Jobanek. Jobanek with the game winner against Grant in the semifinals. Jade Halen, the sophomore goalkeeper, will let fly. And Thurston will continue to push forward in its attacking end. This is Braun. Good passing from the Colts. So send it down the near sideline. And that ball will roll out of bounds off the end line. It's a goal kick for Halen. Strong wind blowing from behind Thurston into the face of Clackamas. That wind knocks down the goal kick. You can see it right there. And we've had rain throughout the day. It is currently raining. And the temperature has been steadily dropping, now in the low 40s. This ball out of bounds to Thurston. Sophomore heavy club for Amy Mansour and the Clackamas Cavaliers. 10 sophomores, just 4 seniors, 7 juniors in that class, 1 freshman on the varsity roster. 9 seniors for Thurston. Braun trying to find Malone and had it sent out of bounds, but Braun will throw it in. And now Malone will get knocked down from behind. No foul called. Clackamas will push forward. Lots of contact at midfield and a foul, and Thurston will take over possession. Earlier today in the girls' 5A championship, it was Summit defeating Sherwood 3-0. And in the boys' 5A match, Woodburn beats Mountain View 2-0. Third consecutive state championship for Woodburn High School, the boys 5A level. And later this evening will be the 6A match, Lincoln and perennial powerhouse Jesuit. It's the newcomer against the old standard. Corner kick for Thurston to the box, and a good chance. Header goes over the bar. Sarah Johnson with the chance. And a great job on the corner kick from Cassie Larson, one of the seniors. As we tick under 9 minutes into the 10-minute mark of the first half, still scoreless here from Hillsboro Stadium. Thurston in the black, Clackamas in the white. Thurston head coach Jessica Cardwell is a Colt alum. In her fourth season now guiding the varsity soccer program at her alma mater. Father, the longtime Thurston wrestling coach. And now an excellent chance, numbers for Clackamas. Moultrie outside, here's a centering pass. And Schultz able to volley that one away. Clackamas had good numbers there and couldn't quite get the execution down to get a good look at goal. Right down the middle of the field, but right back to the Cavaliers. Trying to go down the far side and out of bounds over to Thurston. Well, the lights have been on all day here at Hillsboro Stadium. Kind of a gloomy Oregon winter day. Stolen away by Thurston. Malone with a nice ball. Larson can't quite catch up. A well-fed ball from Tori Malone, the junior. And just out of the reach of her teammate. And Thurston off the goal kick will press the action. Gallup centering pass headed by Jabanik. Will keep the pressure on into the box, and a goal scored. I think it was Malone who tapped it home. The Colts jump out 1-0 in the 11th minute. We'll get the official confirmation. So the very defensive-minded Thurston Colts sending several players forward in the last couple of minutes. And they get on the board first. Now here comes the counterattack from Clackamas. Off of Ashley Schultz. Aaliyah Gallup will be credited with the goal. Oh, and a good chance for Clackamas, and another nice save by Mabnouri. Clackamas has gotten 3 good looks offensively and has not been able to tally here in this opening half. 1-0 Thurston. Well, the Colts were extremely motivated by last year's quarterfinal loss. Nearly right after that defeat, they came together and told their coach, Jessica Cardwell, that nothing short of a state championship would satisfy them this year. And they went to work with a rigorous off-season training program. And have put together a splendid season. 16-0-1 on their way to the berth in this state championship match. Now Thurston will swing it around and work from the middle. Out of bounds. It'll stay with the Colts. Braun. And Clackamas will throw in from the far side. A substitution coming in for Clackamas. It is Mackenzie Giancola replacing Holly Hunt. Giancola, sophomore, plays in the midfield. Mishandled and likely the result of a wet ball on the far side for Kenzie Weston of Thurston. Clackamas. And a fairly hard hit at midfield. And Tori Malone will be called for the foul. And Malone will stop to tie her shoe and gives Clackamas a bit of an advantage as they send the ball deep into Thurston territory. And a corner kick coming. So protests on the part of Thurston and their star defenseman Schultz. But it will be a corner kick and another opportunity for Clackamas. Riley Mitchell will do the honors. Clackamas with no one close to the goal box until Mitchell approaches the kick. Headed right back to Mitchell. She'll have another chance to center it. High ball, very dangerous ball headed. Still alive. Rejected once and out of bounds. Another corner kick coming. Clackamas has had a number of opportunities in the early going here. Thurston leads it 1-0 on the goal from Aaliyah Gallup. The 11th minute. Mitchell. Another good corner kick out of bounds, and it will be a goal kick to Thurston. So the Colts again withstand the offensive onslaught from Clackamas. Checking into the game for Thurston is Mackenzie Hernandez replacing Aaliyah Gallup. It'll be Clackamas ball from the far sideline. It will stay with Clackamas. We see the Cavaliers push forward into the Thurston end. Now out of bounds. Again, last touched by the Colts. Well, this vaunted Thurston defense certainly has been tested early on. Clackamas will try to work it across the field and nearly turns it over. Cavaliers will have a throw in from the near side. Physical play from the Colts side. Cavaliers really have the Colts back on their heels in the last couple of minutes of play. And again, headed out by the Colts. Quick throw in by Clackamas. And cleared away by Gallup. Or excuse me, by Schultz. Ashley Schultz. League Player of the Year in the Southwest League. And now Schultz, the lone defender, tripped up as she tries to make the slide tackle, and Schultz is down and hurt. Here's a ball on goal. And again handled by Mabinori. There'll be a whistle as they check on Schultz. Clock stops 18:35 showing before the half. And Schultz will stay in. She's limping a bit. Colts will play it down the near sideline and out of bounds. With the 32-team format in Class 6A tournament. You have to win 5 games to win it all. Thurston beat Newburgh 5-0 in its playoff opener. Defeated Lincoln 1-0. Beat Jesuit 3-2 and held off Grant 1-0 in the semis. Thurston finally is able to play it into their attacking side. And they'll bring up Schultz to take the free kick. Good ball right on goal and just over the crossbar. Schultz was going for it all on the free kick, trying to stake Thurston to another goal. Halen, the goal kick into the center of the field. Here comes the attack. A race to the ball won by Halen as Malone put the pressure on for the Colts. Really blowing hard out there now, and it favors Thurston here in this first half. Out of bounds, last touch by Clackamas. Throw in for the Colts. They'll bring up Kenzie Weston to throw it in. Good defense by the Cavaliers, and now they'll counterattack. Schultz, a lot of contact, and it'll be a foul on Schultz. She bit on the fake. And that was an opportunistic foul for the Colts as they were able to get their defense lined back up with the stoppage in play. Header into the 18-yard box and cleared out by Thurston. Tori Malone unhassled in the midfield, plays it back. Malone again, directing traffic. Johnson, Sarah Johnson. On the left side for Braun. Braun centers and cleared away. Nice defensive play by the Cavaliers. Riley Mitchell. Jobanek with a shot. Halen is there. Jobanek couldn't get much on it from about 20 yards out. Last touched by Thurston, and Clackamas will bring its attack forward. Giancola to throw in. Cleared by the Colts. Malone working through the midfield, trying to find Larson, and had it knocked away. Now Braun. Centering pass over the head of Jobanek. Lots of contact. Going down is Dallas Malone. And Thurston will play it back. Now ahead to Braun. Too strong. Considering the conditions, we've had fairly crisp passing from both sides in this first half. Erica Shaw will throw it in for the Cavaliers. You see that Thurston, one of their defensive philosophies, they're content to kind of sit back on these throw-ins and continually punch it out of bounds and make the other team work to reset. Now Thurston will take over. Jobanek lost control out of bounds. And again, headed away out of bounds by Braun. Clackamas comes in 11-4-2. Winners of 7 straight. Lost 3 of their first 5 games, but have figured it out and are playing good soccer at the right time of year. Ashley Schultz. Now Malone. Malone able to find some space when she gets the ball in the midfield. And now across to Braun. He needs to save it from going out of bounds, and does. Ahead to Larson. Larson. And coming in for Thurston is number 11, Emily Miller, the sophomore, replacing Sarah Johnson. Tori Roberts will trap it in turn and push it ahead. Right back comes Thurston. There's Malone, tripped up. Free kick coming for the Colts. Schultz went right at the goal the last time she had an opportunity like this, and sends it again right onto the hands of Halen. Long clearing pass for Thurston. And a foot race to the ball. Won by Emily Miller, just into the game. And last touch by Clackamas. Miller got free and had an excellent opportunity. It sets up a corner kick from Cassie Larson. Larson will bend it into the box. And a handball called. Clackamas winning the shots on goal battle 7-6. Thurston with the 1-0 lead. Aaliyah Gallup recorded the tally. As we approach 6.5 minutes before the half. 2 40-minute halves in Oregon high school soccer. And should we have a tie at the end of regulation, we would go to overtimes and then penalty kicks. There are not ties allowed anymore in the championship match. Clackamas. Corner kick coming for the Cavaliers. Riley Mitchell. Another good ball, mishandled. And out of bounds, a goal kick. Mabinori lost the handle on it. As Mitchell put it right where it needed to be. And another close opportunity missed by Clackamas. That free kick goes wide and out of bounds. Thurston will throw it in. Headed forward to Gallup. Clackamas going the other way. Tori Roberts applying the pressure for the Cavaliers. And cleared away by Emily Miller. Braun trying to feed Mackenzie Hernandez, and Hernandez with some holding there. Riley Mitchell for Clackamas, the free kick. Another high ball from Mabinori. She goes and gets it. Jabanik. Clackamas moving from left to right. Now sending it ahead. Dangerous ball. as Roberts has been very energetic on the Cavaliers attack. And again, punched out of bounds by the Colts. Fight for the loose ball is won by Thurston. And now again, Clackamas will take control. No give and go action. Punched out of bounds. Subs coming in for Thurston. It's Tori Malone back into the game along with Sarah Johnson. Another throw in for Clackamas. Gallup down the near sideline, working against two defenders, and it's finally punched out of bounds. Thurston able to grab some momentum with that run by Aaliyah Gallup. Shabanik with the shot. Halen with another save, or Halen, excuse me. A lot of whistles so far in this game, particularly against Thurston. Final 10 seconds of the first half. Another shot. Molinari saves it. And that is the end of the first half. The Thurston Colts lead the 6A state championship match 1-0 over Clackamas. We'll pause for our halftime festivities. Back with the second half action when we resume.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you, which includes free flat repairs, equal value replacements, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. With the other guys, well, you just never know. So why is free protection on your tires good to have?
Lifetime protection. That's our best tire value promise. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
You see us at the start of the day. On the company phone list that's a few names longer. You see U.S. Bank on busier highways, on once empty fields. Every day, you see all the ways all of us at U.S. Bank are helping grow our economy, lending more so companies and communities can expand, grow stronger, and get back to work. Every day, you see all of us serving you around the country, around the corner. U.S. Bank.
And both sides are back out on the pitch. Start of the second half. Thurston leads at 1-0 in the black. Moving from left to right. Clackamas Cavaliers in all white. Clackamas has really forced the issue in the attack more than Thurston, but Thurston's Aaliyah Gallup was able to get free and punch in a dramatic goal in the 11th minute for the game's only score. And this Colts defense has been able to weather the onslaught by the Cavaliers, who've had numerous opportunities but have been turned away time and again by Lindsay Mabinori. Clackamas continues to push 7, 8, even 9 players forward. And now a left-footed shot on goal from way out. Mabinori collects it again. That was Tori Roberts for the Cavaliers. Glad to have you with us here on OSAA.TV. The U.S. Bank Les Schwab Tires 5A state championship match between the Thurston Colts and the Clackamas Cavaliers, two newcomers to the state final. And this ball slips past Schultz. For the moment, she'll play it back to Mabinori. And didn't get much on that clearing attempt. Roberts, and another free ball on the Thurston side. And a push from behind, Jobanek. Easy call for our referee, Jerry Gompers. Thurston has been the more physical team, but Gompers has really kept a level playing field. Several whistles. And numerous free kicks for the Cavaliers. It's Mitchell into the box, all the way through to the post. And last touch by the goalkeeper Mabinori, who thinks she has a goal kick. Nope, it will be a corner kick. Riley Mitchell. And you see why she takes many of these set plays. Very accurate. Now they're centering into the box. Thurston controls it initially. Clackamas trying to play in. And that looked like an offside potentially. It will be a goal kick for the Colts. Good opportunity. Clackamas with 3 players, and one of the Colts is hurt back near where that action just unfolded. Trying to get a number on the injured player. That is Kinsey Weston, a senior. And we'll see if Jessica Cardwell decides to make a substitution, as Weston is on her feet now. An errant goal kick from Mabinori, and Clackamas again goes right to the attack. And the midfield, and Thurston called for another foul. Clackamas now doubling up the Colts on shots, 14-7. Right down the middle, into the goal box. Dangerous ball again. Tori Roberts was there for Clackamas, but could not beat Mabinori to the ball. And there's a push from behind from the Cavaliers. Schultz. You see the difference in the free kicks depending on the side of the field. Now the Colts playing into that stiff wind, and Schultz's pass was knocked down severely. Into the middle of the field, Clackamas will take control. Schultz plays it back for Thurston. Clackamas does a good job of getting back. Tony Malone, the shot is wide. And Thurston looking for a touch. Instead, it's a goal kick for Clackamas. Jabanik. Braun. Centering pass. Back to Braun with the right foot. Through the box. And will it stay in bounds? Great hustle. Tapped out of bounds, and Tony Malone did a nice job of selling that play to the assistant referee. It will be a corner kick coming. And Cassie Larson will come up to take it. Just gives it to Malone. Now Malone looks to set up the offense for Thurston. Out of bounds. Corner kick again. So a two-woman game on that attempt. And it looks as if they'll set up a different play here for Larson. And Malone goes into the box. Goes all the way through. Chased down on the far side by Schultz. So they bring their best defender up into the offensive play, does Thurston. And now Schultz will retreat very quickly as Clackamas looks to regain possession. Malone. Right side, nice ball. Sarah Johnson staying with it. Good defense from Clackamas. Braun working one-on-one, was pushed a little too stridently. Schultz will come up to take this kick. Right on goal and just wide. Schultz has a big leg on her. So Thurston perhaps a little more aggressive offensively here in this second half. Their game is all about good defense, starting with Schultz, senior headed to the University of Oregon next year, and the league player in the year in the Southwest League. Dangerous ball. And well played by Jade Halen. Some confusion. It is a Thurston throw in, not Clackamas. And now they'll straighten it out. Gallup. Schultz will run this one down. And a substitution for Clackamas. Holly Hunt into the game along with Erica Shaw for the Cavaliers. On the far side, it's Braun. Ahead to Gallup. Gallup will try to turn and has it kicked away out of bounds on the far side. It's been a fairly well played match. Both teams very skilled. And Clackamas able to get off 15 shots in this one. Just have not been able to find the back of the net. Now Clackamas back on its heels a bit defensively, as Braun will throw in for the Colts. Malone handling out of bounds off the Cavaliers. Now Jobanek to Malone. Malone tries to center. And a shot was deflected wide. Last touch, they'll say, by Thurston. Goal kick coming for Clackamas. It'll be interesting to see the strategy in the final 28 minutes plus of regulation of each coach, particularly Amy Mansour of Clackamas. How much she presses forward, and will she leave her defense somewhat undermanned in the name of searching for the equalizing goal? Malone with the shot. Deflected. Now from way out, Dallas Malone. And also, how does Jessica Cardwell, the Thurston mentor, protect that 1-0 lead? Jobanek from Malone. Oof. Nice little give and go. Braun will chase it down. She has some space on the far side. Centering pass. Clackamas with the turnover. Cavaliers will hang on to it and now play the ball through the middle. Here's a century pass and another dangerous ball. Mabanori's there. .5 minutes to play in regulation. Thurston leading 1-0. Tori Roberts turns it over. Jobanek has it. Wants to play it down the left side. Ahead intended for Cassie Larson. And cleared out of bounds. A chance for the Cavaliers to reset on defense. Jobanek, nice little move to get free and sends it on goal. Save made by Halen. Jade Halen has played an excellent game, the sophomore. And her counterpart on the other side, the junior, Lindsay Mabanori. both making a case for our ODS players of the game. Larson can't catch up to that pass, and Thurston will turn it over. Plenty of time left in this one. 1-0. Thurston leads it. Shot and just over the crossbar. Jobanek had the game-winning goal, the only goal, in the semifinal win over Grant. Thurston eliminated in the quarterfinals in 2011. Clackamas went out in the second round last year. And a substitution for the Cavaliers. As into the game is Mackenzie Giancola. She was a substitution in the first half as well. Some fresh legs out there for Clackamas. And here comes the attack. Beautiful ball. Solo run and blocked by Mamanori. Cassie Halen was all alone with Lindsay Mabanori, and Mabanori denied her with a kick save. And you hear the applause from the Thurston supporters. Well, that's one of the storylines of this game. Lots of scoring opportunities for the Cavaliers, but no goals yet. Mabanori has been a wall in goal for the Colts. Tony Malone. And tripped up just outside the 18-yard box is Erica Cogburn. Free kick coming. Jobanek appears ready to take it. And they'll set the wall. Excellent opportunity for Thurston. Puts it right on goal, and another save by Halen. Cassie Halen really pressing the action as well on the other end for the Cavaliers. Moultrie trying to stay with it for Clackamas, and the ball goes out of bounds. Cavaliers will keep the pressure on, quickly throwing it in. There's Schultz, and she'll just boot it deep out of bounds and allow the Colts defense to reset. Clackamas keeps coming as we tick under 21 minutes to go. 6A championship match. Another centering pass. Schultz will head it away. Right to a Clackamas player. Claudia Flores missed on that attempt. Checking in for Thurston is number 16, Mackenzie Hernandez. And getting a breather is Sarah Johnson. Tori Roberts, some nifty ball handling, and now a mishandle in the zone. Here's a ball on goal, tipped away by Schultz. Great defensive play by the senior defenseman, Cassie Larson, excuse me. It was not Schultz, it was Larson who tipped that one away, number 12. It's a corner kick coming from Mitchell. Riley Mitchell's had a big day on these free kicks and puts another one right there. That was Cassie Halen. Got her head on it, and again, a scoring opportunity. 20 shots on goal for Clackamas. Tori Roberts changes direction. Erica Shaw keeps it in bounds. Thurston throw in. Thurston will send it long down the far sideline. It felt like the Colts were just looking for a little bit of breathing room there, trying to clear the ball and get their wits about them defensively. Clackamas has started to really up the intensity on the offensive end. Here they go again. Will this ball stay in bounds? Schultz will escort it out of bounds on the end line, and it is a goal kick. Mavanori. Stolen by Thurston for a moment, and now cleared away by the Colts. Cogburn to Jobanek. Jobanek all the way across the field, looking for Tony Malone. Braun. Weston will send it in. And right into the hands of Halen. Clackamas with 6 players pushing forward. And Weston will attempt to clear this one ahead to Jobanek. On the right side for Cogburn. Back right through the middle of the defense. And now just sort of a back and forth game in the midfield. Schultz will rocket this one out of bounds. And again, the defensive strategy by Thurston. When in doubt, knock it out of bounds and reset. Thurston throw in. Trying to get a substitution into the game. The Colts actually didn't do themselves much of a favor there, as they were a little too quick on the throw in and did not allow their sub to get into the game. Waiting on the far sideline to re-enter is Sarah Johnson. Here's a free kick for Thurston. Schultz trying to keep it underneath the wind. Into the box. Shot on goal. Nice looking play by the Colts. Clackamas sniffed it out for Cassie Halen, but she was going to be offsides, so she let it go. Good hustle and sent forward by Mackenzie Hernandez. Out comes Halen to collect it. Approaching 14 minutes left. Jobanek go back and play this ball to Schultz. Two of the outstanding players for this Thurston club, a couple of seniors. Jobanek will play her college soccer at Western Washington. Into the game for Clackamas is Caitlin Renner. And as we mentioned, Sarah Johnson finally gets a chance to check in for the Colts. Here comes the free kick for Clackamas. Riley Mitchell. With 8 Cavaliers pushing forward, this one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Clackamas. So gradually, Amy Mansour is ratcheting up the pressure, looking for the equalizer. Another ball into the box, right to Mabinori. Tony Malone sends it forward. Now it's a race to the and an open net. Emily Miller just couldn't quite get her footing right at the end line. She had beaten Halen to the ball and just really needed to get one more step to put a foot on that for the insurance goal. Weston, the throw in. And back forward to Clackamas, free ball. Schultz clears it out of bounds. Tori Roberts. This battle won by Malone. Good ball ahead again, looking for Miller. whiff for Clackamas. Weston for Miller. Fought off by a couple of Cavaliers and last touched by the Colts. Into the center of the field. Malone will turn. Some open field. Back to Jobanek. Jobanek. Great pass. And turned away. Thurston with the attack. Another shot. Sarah Johnson couldn't quite find it, but put it on net again. Ball goes out of bounds. Clackamas try to quickly get it back in. Halen along the left side. Halen again with the header. Moultrie in a corner coming. Again, they'll bring Riley Mitchell up to take the kick. Under 8 minutes to go in regulation as the crowd comes to its feet. Into the box. Headed away by Thurston. And now some room. Up ahead it goes. Emily Miller. One-on-one situation for Miller. Those fresh legs. Jobanek. Now Jobanek and Halen coming together at the ball. And Halen will make the play. Jobanek will track it down, work from the left side. Ahead it goes, and some English on this ball. Tony Malone tracks it down. Now reverses field, centers it. The Colts give it away. Coming in for the Colts is Leah Gallup, number 5, and Cassie Larson, number 12. Gallup has the game's only goal. A push called by our referee on Jobanek. And you can sense the urgency now from Clackamas as we approach 6 minutes remaining. As with every free ball and every throw in, they really hustle. You'd expect Thurston to do a little of the opposite here, take their time and work some precious seconds off the clock. There's a throw in for Clackamas. Goal kick coming. Clackamas will play it back to Erica Shaw. Now along the right side, Giancola out of bounds. There's Shaw hustling up for the throw-in. And Schultz again able to just volley it into the air. Push from behind. And here comes a yellow card perhaps. At least a free kick. No card shown yet. This will go against Thurston. Dallas Malone was the offender. It is a free kick coming. Sarah Jones and Riley Mitchell stand over it. Good opportunity for Clackamas with 4:15 to go. Regulation trailing by a goal. They'll try to dink it into the far space and kicked out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Clackamas, and again they'll hustle up and get the ball as Shaw will inbound it. Another throw-in for Erica. Shabanik and Malone. Now Thurston with some numbers. Ron with another throw in, headed out of bounds by Shaw. Well, now time really of the essence. Just over 3 minutes to go in regulation. 1-0 Thurston. Out of bounds. It stays with the Colts. Braun will throw it in. Marissa Braun, the junior. One of 8 juniors on the Colt roster to go with 9 seniors. And good defense by Mitchell. Centering pass. Opportunity on goal. And it's in. Sarah Johnson makes it 2-0 Thurston. So it's been a long time between goals. Here in the 77th minute, Sarah Johnson adds to the tally of Aaliyah Gallup, who scored way back in the 11th minute. So now Clackamas really has its work cut out. Under 2 minutes to go in regulation. Battling for the ball is Tori Roberts. To Halen and kicked out of bounds. Clackamas will keep it at this end. High into the air. Halen. 1 minute left in regulation. Back to Mitchell. Coming up, our ODS players of the game. And another run for Thurston. Jobanek. Across. And another shot. Save made. Tony Malone got a good look on it with the left foot. But Jade Halen was there to knock it away. It'll be a corner kick coming for Thurston with 22 ticks on the clock, and they'll take their time lining this one up. It's Cassie Larson. 10 seconds to go. And she'll just kick it out of bounds. And that'll chew up most of the remaining time in regulation. As Thurston begins to celebrate. The Colts have won their first ever state championship. 2-0 over Clackamas. Congratulations to the Thurston Colts, the OSAA U.S. Bank Les Schwab Tires 6A state soccer champions. Let's take a break here on OSAA.TV. We'll be back to wrap it up in 1 minute.
You see us at the start of the day. On the company phone list that's a few names longer. You see U.S. Bank on busier highways, on once empty fields. Every day, you see all the ways all of us at U.S. Bank are helping grow our economy, lending more so companies and communities can expand, grow stronger, and get back to work. Every day, you see all of us serving you around the country, around the corner. U.S. Bank.
My family and I were enjoying a big vacation in Tahoe. After a great day on the mountain, our car wouldn't start. I got a jump, but it kept dying. Everyone in town said, "Go to Les Schwab." When I pulled up, George delivered. He quickly tested the battery and confirmed it was a goner. While he installed a new one, I finally got my first relaxation of the vacation. It's nice to be treated like a neighbor so far from home. I'm Clay Gilman, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
And welcome back to Hillsboro Stadium. Thurston wins the OSAA U.S. Bank Les Schwab Tires 6A state championship with a 2-0 victory over Clackamas. The goals came far apart. First for Aaliyah Gallup in the 11th minute, staking Thurston to that 1-0 lead. And then Sarah Johnson near the end of regulation in the 78th minute added the insurance tally to make it 2-0. Clackamas outshot the Colts in this game and had a lot of great opportunities, but were turned away time and again by this great Thurston defense. Time to name our ODS players of the game, and for Clackamas it was kind of tough. They had a great performance in goal by Jade Halen, but we're going to give it to their defenseman Riley Mitchell, the sophomore, who was so instrumental in setting up a number of those scoring chances and played very solidly in the center of that defense. And for Thurston, it's the goalie, the junior, Lindsay Mabinori, who turned away numerous shots and somehow was able to pitch the shutout here for the Thurston Colts. Congratulations to these players on being named the ODS players of the game. Well, as you can see, they're about to present the hardware here at Hillsboro Stadium, a rainy, windy, chilly setting for our state championships this afternoon. And we're just about to sign off here from the girls 6A match. Coming up, the boys 6A match between Jesuit and Lincoln. That one gets going around 6:30 or so. But for our OSAA.TV crew, Jerry Lewis and Dylan Lewis, I'm Dave Wenda. Until then, we say thanks for watching. Again, Thurston wins the 6A championship 2-0 over Clackamas. Good night, everyone.